News. With Valentine's Day only 2 days away, we take a look at some tasty treats made right here on campus.
Plus, today we launch a new segment where our own Daniel Sanchez does your sport, or at least tries to.
Coming up, find out when the Five Guys Burgers and Fries in Foothill Plaza will be opening.
You're watching Mustang News.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on Mustang News. I'm Lauren Ibsen.
And I'm Eric Engel. Five Guys Burgers and Fries is actually not opening today, contrary to popular belief. Michelle Chatfield, Mustang News reporter, is live at the location to see where the new location
I'm here at Five Guys in Foothill Plaza with the general manager. Were you surprised to see so many people show up this morning?
Yes, yeah, we're not scheduled to open until March 2nd. I actually just came up to do some paperwork for some new employees, so.
Are you expected to see a large crowd during your opening?
Absolutely, yeah, we're looking forward to it. So.
Perfect. And do you guys have anything special planned for the grand opening?
No, we don't do anything really special. We believe in our food and our product and customer service. That should be, that's all we're going to perfect.
Perfect. And are you guys still hiring for the new Five Guys?
Yes, we are. We're actually doing a job fair this Saturday here at the location. I'm not quite sure the times, but we'll be here all day. Yeah, we still have to hire another 30 or 40 employees.
Perfect. Thank you. And that's back to you in the studio, Eric.
Thanks, Michelle. Can't wait to get some burgers.
And love is in the air with Valentine's Day just around the corner. Mustang News reporter Emma Withrow has some tips for you and your Valentine.
Hi, I'm Emma Withrow with Mustang News, and we're going to be giving you a few suggestions on what you could get your Valentine for Valentine's Day.
A single rose. A black rose. A single black rose.
I'm out here looking for the one, every day's a struggle. I walk alone, I eat lunch alone. It's hard being super single. Yep.
So as of now, it's described as it's complicated.
Well, we don't have a label on it, but we've been hanging out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
Sleep. I'm gonna sleep a lot. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, if you did have plans, or if there was someone out there, what would your ideal gift be that you would want to give them?
Probably a memorable experience. Probably go out somewhere nice, get something good to eat, have a couple laughs. Yeah.
If you're looking for chocolate to give to your Valentine, look no further than Cal Poly's own chocolate factory. Mustang News' Austin Linthicum has the story.
18 years now, Cal Poly Chocolates has been making these delicious treats in a factory on campus. Every week, this student-run operation produces about 1,000 chocolate bars in flavors like milk and dark chocolate, raspberry, and peppermint crunch.
So it's a really good way for them to get used to the ideas, to get used to how it feels to work in a food processing facility on a much smaller scale.
But what goes into making this delicious treat? First, huge bags of raw chocolate is imported fair trade from countries around the world. Next, the production team heats chocolate and mixes in ingredients like mint, peanut butter, and coffee that make up some of their famous flavors. The chocolate is then fed into molds and placed in a massive refrigerator to chill overnight. Finally, the team feeds the chocolate through a flow wrapper that seals the bars for distribution in nearly 50 locations around San Luis Obispo.
We start with a raw, solid chocolate product, and we melt it down, and then we temper it, and then by the end of the day, it's a chocolate bar.
And while the factory already produces 9 unique flavors, the team is always looking for inspiration to create new products.
And then we add to small batches different levels of spice. Taste it, have anyone who's in the building taste it and give feedback, and then make adjustments.
Austin Linthicum, Mustang News.
Wildland Studies, a study abroad program that gives students their first-hand experience with issues within our environment, had an official info session last Tuesday. Students learned about the different programs that Wildland Studies offers students throughout 16 countries. These programs range from studying oceans and wildlife in South Africa to studying ecosystems in Costa Rica and Panama. The programs are offered each academic quarter, including the summer. Wildland Studies intends to offer students field study courses that are both demanding and interesting. Students can earn up to 15 units per quarter. Applications are currently open for all quarters from spring 2018 to spring 2019.
And I'll have your weather update for this upcoming work week. Be sure to stay tuned with us right after this short break.
Of MMJs, multimedia journalists, who cover all news on campus, from administration to student life to any protests that happen on campus. We really just have our finger on the pulse of Cal Poly. Journalism is reporting on the facts at all times because we have to, regardless of whether or not people may disagree.
I think art is something that doesn't go appreciated that much, especially at a polytechnic campus. We have a lot of engineering and architecture focus, and we want to try to focus a lot of our arts writing on structural design and architecture design and things that relate to Cal Poly, but through the arts. I think good journalism comes from unbiased reporting, and I think we do a really good job at making sure that everything's accurate.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm Daniel Sanchez with your weekly forecast. And it's been cold so far today with it's going to be a high of 61 and low of 39 here in San Luis Obispo. Expect the sun to be coming in and out and even a slight possibility of some rain later. And starting off in the South County, we have similar highs and lows throughout. Trust me, this is not a PowerPoint laziness error. This is actual weather here. We have highs of 59 in Guadalupe and Arroyo Grande, highs of 58 in Napomo, Santa Maria, and Vandenberg. And as we move to the beaches and check out the swells, you might want to bring a blanket rather than a boogie board out there, as the highest it's going to get is 61 right here in Pismo. But you'll also see 59, a high 59 in Oceano, 60 in Avila, 56 in Morro Bay, and 58 in Cayucas. And as we move up into the North County, it's going to get real cold, and you're going to see 59 in Paso Robles, 57 in Atascadero. And as we move into our 5-day forecast, it's going to get hotter throughout the week. As you can see on Friday, it's going to peak at 75. And of course, you can't forget Valentine's Day on Wednesday at 67. Just cold enough to curl up with your favorite significant other. That's all I've got for you here with weather. And now we're going to head over to sports with Emma.
Thanks, Daniel. I'm Emma Withrow with your latest sports update. The Cal Poly women's basketball team took on Long Beach State in a Big West Conference matchup. Reporter Sawyer Milam has the highlights.
After losing to UC Davis on Wednesday night, the Cal Poly women's basketball team tried to get back in the win column as they hosted last place Long Beach State. Here in the first quarter, Dinla Pepe knocks down the jumper to become third on the all-time Cal Poly scoring list. And in the third quarter, Azion Bazala drives down a lane, hits the Euro step, and lays it in. In the beginning of the fourth quarter, Dinla Pepe is dropping dimes with a sweet pass to Zoe Wong, who lays it in. Then with the Mustangs up by one, Dinla Pepe drives, kicks it out to Mary Kate Evans for the three, and she buries it. But Long Beach would try to make a comeback. Shanaza Davison pulls up and hits the jumper to make it a 3-point game. With the shot clock winding down, Dinla Pepe drives, puts up a tough shot, and gets it to go. Then with less than a minute to go, Dinla Pepe rips the ball away and takes it all the way in for the layup to seal the game. As Cal Poly went on to win by a final score of 70-61.
I don't feel like we were our sharpest today, but it's always good to get a win. And Long Beach State is very athletic and so young and scary.
And today we're going to start a new segment featuring Mustang News reporter Daniel Sanchez. So we know he can handle anything on the gridiron as a member of Cal Poly's football team and definitely tell you today's weather, but can he handle your sport? Today Daniel takes on Mustang swimmer Allie Eppel in this week's Daniel Does Your Sport.
Hey, I'm Daniel Sanchez here at Anderson Aquatic Center, ready to take on Cal Poly's Swim and Dive's very own Allie Eppel here in this week's version of Daniel Does Your Sport. And we're going to go ahead and dive right in.
Good job, wow.
Disadvantage.
Wow.
I'm already at a disadvantage.
Okay, listen, I have a lot more hair on my head than you. Okay, so left foot curls over. Yep, okay. Front out. Okay. Take your mark. Your hands go here.
All right.
This foot goes back. He says go. Oh!
it's above the head.
Above the head. Go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Good race.
Only L of the season. Son of.
Stick to football.
All right, well, Daniel tried this sport at Anderson Aquatic Center. Didn't go the way I planned. Got in the L column. I'll be back next week trying to get in the win column on next week's edition of Daniel Does Your Sport.
I'm interested to see what Daniel gets into next week. That's all I have for time with sports. We'll be right back.
For this year is to basically get the news first so that Cal Poly students are aware. Like there have, so far to start off the beginning of the year, there have been things such as like parking and bus routes, and students have so many questions about that, and so that kind of goes to what I want to do for this year, and as I want to get that information out to students. Good journalism means that we are getting the story out, but that it includes all the information, that it answers all the questions that people are asking.
In this day and age, everybody gets their news from social media, and my team's pretty much in charge of making sure that Mustang News has a great presence across all social media platforms. Whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, we want to make sure that our news is reaching our audience. At Mustang News, we're truth tellers. We're student media, but we're going to do our best to tell the truth of our people and the voices of the Cal Poly campus.
Welcome back. A local historical landmark has put a whole new meaning to trash or treasure. Here's Emily Fagenstrom with the story.
What is known as Nitwit Ridge, or better yet, the Poor Man's Hearst Castle, is a 2.5-acre piece of art. Located in Cambria, this trash-made house was built by Art Beale back in the 1920s, where he formed trash into treasure. Owner of Nitwit Ridge, Michael O'Malley, preserves Beale's creativity by talking about the interesting man's way of life.
One of his nicknames he kind of liked, it was Der Tinkerpaw. He said he liked to tinker with his paws. But the nickname he was really known for, he didn't like that one as much, Captain Nitwit. And I talked to a lot of old-timers in town. Half the people in town, they tell me they thought he was dropped too hard in his head when he was born.
Known to be a very eccentric man, Beals loved his so-called coffee breaks that consisted of beer cans he'd eventually incorporate throughout the foundation of the house.
He'd call beer cans building material. You start looking around, you see a lot of beer cans. Now, most of them, they'll turn out to be bush beer. But I've been here a while, it started looking like there might be more beer cans than abalone shells. You start looking at the house, sometimes you think maybe it was one too many coffee breaks.
With arches and walkways made out of hundreds of cans and abalone shells, Beale built a home made completely out of miscellaneous items he found. The house has been preserved for years as a California historical landmark and Central Coast attraction. Emily Fagenstrom, Mustang News.
For tours, call 1-805-927-2690. All right, so that's all the time we have today for you guys. Do you have a Valentine this Valentine's Day, Eric?
Oh, I do, and I'll be sure to head out to get a good dinner tonight with her.
Oh.
Or not tonight, but Wednesday, rather.
Beautiful. Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on Mustang News. My name is Lauren Ibsen.
And I'm Eric Engel. Thanks for joining us, and have a wonderful day.